Welcome back to the podcast. It's September 16th, 2020. It's What's the Odds with Steve Renazizi. I believe I'm recording this. I am on my own in the tech world today. Our good pal Emma had computer issues and she's off solving those. But I am joined, as always, by Breton, the billion-dollar babyface Biddlecombe.
Yes,
Lucas,
sir.
the sweat monster Hurl over there. It's not working.
He's looking like one of the sweaty little Lost Boys, like if he grew up.
Dude, you look like I just told you to do something and you ran to my house and did it and ran back to your house to do the podcast. It is terrible. I'm not recording on my Zoom, but now I am. Yeah. And, our good friend Eric Levy's joining us. And why, you ask? Why? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. LA's on fire. The smoke has made its way over to New York. The coronavirus is not been resolved, but football's back. And college football's coming back. The Yankees are back. The U.S. Opening's happening at Winged Foot, New York. And so all is right with the world, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure. But we're going to forge on as though it is. I'm excited because for a lot of reasons. Number one, it's U.S. Open week. That's a big week in golf. It's exciting. The course is in Winged Foot Country Club or Golf Country Club up in Westchester, New York. It's a very difficult course. First of all, it's very private. No one on this podcast is ever going to play Winged Foot. No one that listens to this podcast is going to play Winged Foot. I'm actually at Winged Foot right now. You can see behind me. It looks very difficult. But yeah, this is the closest you're ever going to get to a golf course this hard. So that's why it's exciting. This is not a public course. It was, it's a bunch of fucking rich white cunts started in 1923 and, probably on the backs of slave labor. And they didn't probably let a black person in for about 60, 50, 60, 70 years probably. And now here we are having U.S. Opens there again. It's going to be very difficult. And the odds-on favorite to win is Dustin Johnson. He is I think 8-1, 7-1 favorite.
But is he your favorite to win?
He actually is my favorite to win.
Okay.
He's been playing unbelievable. He won
the
Tour Championship.
Luckily, looking at the trees behind you, there's not much wind there this weekend.
There's going to be more wind than is what's happening behind me. Can you believe it? I mean, look, people got on me last week about the Regis Philbin picture again being photoshopped. So I'm leaning into this whole fucking thing. I really am. Here I am at Winged Foot with a New York City t-shirt on. Fuck yourself, all right? Everyone that commented last week, go fuck yourself, even though you can't even see my finger right now. Look at it.
You were actually at MetLife Stadium last week.
Yeah, I was.
Like that was real.
That was absolutely real.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm going everywhere I want to go. That's what I'm doing in this quarantine. I'm just going to travel to where I want to go. It doesn't matter. LA's on fire anyway. I can't go outside. The air quality where I live right now is 303, which, by the way, I didn't even know that was a fucking number. The other day my wife came over. She's like, the air quality is 200. I go, that's great. I go, that sounds like 200% better than what is great. 100, I'm thinking it's out of 100. We're at 200. This is awesome. She goes, no,
above the Mendoza.
Terrible. Yeah. I'm batting better than Gary Sanchez with our air quality here. And so now I got an app. Air quality, it's an app. It tells you because the fires are burning so much and they're not close enough that I could see flames. But when you open up my door, it smells like a barbecue. It smells like you just lifted the lid up and there you are in the middle of a barbecue. It's fucking terrible.
Same in Burbank.
It's not great everywhere in Los Angeles. So I'm going to be wherever the fuck I want to be for the foreseeable future. We were supposed to, as a family, go camping this weekend to Big Pine or whatever the hell it's called, a couple hours. Nope, canceled, taken away. Just like everything else in 2020, taken away. My dog's wearing a cone. Yeah, he went, last night I hear him, he's like, well, what the fuck's going on? We got him a haircut this week, and I don't know, whatever they put on him, it reacts to his skin raw, and he just was ripping the side of his face up. He had an itch. Dogs are so stupid. They just scratch till there was blood and shit. I had to clean it up this morning, so I had to put the old cone back on him. So that's, 2020. I have to do this while sucking off the Wi-Fi teat of Spectrum, however gracious they feel today. We have kids going to school right now. The barbecue's lit outside. And here I am talking to you fucking jerks.
But the Bills won, and that's all that matters, Steve.
And the Bills won.
Bills are undefeated.
I'll tell you this right now. I watched about a minute and a half of that game. Because I was like, by the time I played golf Sunday morning, and by the time I got back, the Bills were already up, like, was it 14 or 17-0? They were up big time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let me put it on for it. And I was like, this is exactly what I thought it was going to be. A complete blowout, just like I called. I said they should win by at least 7. They won by what, 20 or 18? 14? I don't know what the hell they won by.
10.
10?
Yeah, they won.
It wasn't that close.
17. It shouldn't have been as close as it was. Josh Allen is fumbling the ball again. He lost 2 fumbles, 1 inside the 10. So if he corrects that, they will be more lopsided in the future. Like this week against Miami, they're my top pick. They're going to crush Miami.
I like them a lot against Miami. I'm very surprised they're not getting a little more love.
Yeah, it's only 5.5.
I mean,
they have kicker problems too.
Their
kicker missed a couple.
But that one kick was good. There was a kick, Steve. They called no good. Kick. It went over the top of the upright, and they freeze framed it, and it was good. And they said no good.
Wait, did they go to the replay? Upright. Did they go to the replay and look at it, and they still fucked it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they can't overturn it. If the ball goes higher than the top of the goalpost, it's not reviewable.
Really?
It's kind of like it's up to the discretion of the ref.
Yeah, it's a weird loophole rule in the whole kicking game.
Can I ask, like, what kind of field goals go, like, is there one specific kicker or is there one kind of kick that goes extra high? Because don't you think they should be like, all right, this is a 50-yard, it could go over, or this is a shorter one, I assume would make the trajectory go higher. Raise them up, like fucking throw them up another fucking 15 feet, and then that way we never have this fucking problem.
That's what arena football does.
Yeah. They put it to the ceiling.
Like if dudes started hitting balls over the foul pole but you couldn't tell, like they would raise the foul pole higher. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense.
Yeah. And eventually they're probably going to have to do that because athletes are just going to keep getting stronger and they're going to start kicking farther and higher and you know, hitters are going to hit harder and higher and they're going to have to just keep raising it up and up and up.
I was watching an old game and I want the field goal brought back to the front of the end zone. I think that would add a lot more fun to these receivers, like trying to do these slant patterns and stuff like that. If you just kept, remember there was like a period of time where it was right in front of the.
And wasn't that when it was like an H too? It was like the 2 poles down and then.
Yeah, it was like that. That's how most high schools, like on the East Coast. I mean, Texas they have like stadiums that are like better than our college stadiums on the East Coast. But yeah, they're H's. My high school football's thing was an H. Like the poles went down and the poles went up. So it was like you would run into not just one pole, you had 2 fucking poles to watch out for. But it was in the back of the end zone. I want them back in the front of the end zone. That's what I'm looking for.
At this point, why do we even need all that when they have all this technology that they can put the visuals on screen and you can see exactly?
No, I just want to see dudes slamming into poles. Like I think that would be more fun. I don't care about the quality of the game. I just want to see dudes just fucking cutting across, looking for a pass, and then just running into a pole, getting knocked the fuck out. Gold Star style. You know what I'm saying? Is this thing on? All right. I got to make sure I don't let Emma down. Yeah, no, football was exciting this week. Football was exciting on Sunday. It wasn't exciting on Monday.
You played them tough. You got to be happy about that. I mean, the Steelers could have crushed you, and they didn't. That is a Super Bowl caliber defense that shut down Saquon, and it was still a game.
It was embarrassing how badly they ran block every fucking lane he tried to go through. It was just destroyed. I mean, look, the Thomas kid did a good job, a somewhat of a good job. He had a tough matchup with Bud Dupree. Is that his name? Bud Dupree? Mm-hmm. And so, for your first game, literally your first game ever as a Giant, not even a preseason game, you're now going up against one of the best defensive linemen out there. And so you have, everything, your hands are full. But that being said, and he did do a good job in the pass block, the run block was just atrocious. I mean, 6 yards. Ben Roethlisberger had more yards rushing than fucking Saquon Barkley. I wonder what the odds are for that on DraftKings would have been.
It was probably fairly high.
If you put down $15 on Ben Roethlisberger having more yards than Saquon Barkley rushing, you might be a millionaire, just like our baby Brit billionaire. It didn't surprise me. The defense looked okay. There was nobody. Tackling is the big thing I noticed this weekend. Like nobody, I know some guys looked like they were ready to rip your fucking head off and this is all they've been waiting to do. But most guys looked like they were a little sheepish about getting contact. Saw a lot of guys, guys like bouncing off of guys. Like, cornerbacks for the Giants, safeties for the, not Peppers. Peppers likes to tackle, but other guys just coming in and trying to like shove dudes instead of fucking wrapping them up by their legs and taking them down to the ground. Everyone's trying to get that big hit. It didn't feel like there was a lot of technique involved.
Did you feel like there was more turnovers this weekend too? It felt like there was a lot more turnovers.
Well, speaking of turnovers, your boy Tom Brady threw 8 picks last year, and he's already a quarter of the way.
Well, in his defense, Mike Evans is a shit. Mike Evans is a dumb fucking receiver.
I happen to be watching exactly what I mean. Look, that just looked like Mike Evans didn't slant on the slant route.
He stopped in his route. He does all these. I don't like him for the reason that he's always getting into fights, which disrupts the offensive flow. He's constantly like getting into shit, and it's like, dude, you are fucking with our offensive flow.
It seems to me like for all the work they said they did, in the off getting in sync and stuff, almost like a slant route should be one of the easiest things, 15, 20 steps out and cut to the middle.
Especially for one of the top receivers in the league. It's like if he's considered the top receiver, you don't fuck Brady like that and make him look bad on his second series.
The pick 6, though, was all him.
Oh, it was all Brady, yeah. He threw that one short.
Bad pass.
One interception in a game isn't bad. That's not a terrible game for a quarterback.
No, he didn't have a great game, although the offense, we did text a little bit. The offense, when they were clicking, did look really good. They did look
against a middle-of-the-road defense.
Yeah.
Not a bad defense, but not a great defense.
But
I will stand on the hill and die and say Tom Brady is not going to succeed in Tampa Bay. He's old. He's slow. He looks slow. It's a new system. He's got new people. They're not going to communicate and be on the same page. And at the end of the day, it's still Tampa Bay's defense.
I was just gonna say this.
Brady can score a million points and still lose.
By the way, Tampa Bay's defense, if you look at the stats for last week, they only gave up 14 points to the New Orleans Saints, which is one of the
Michael
best teams.
Michael Thomas had a high ankle sprain and didn't
at
play
the end
most
of
of the game. He wasn't effective.
Then why do you want to trade for him then, Brenton? Why'd you offer me a trade for him this morning?
He offered
just to see what would happen.
Why?
I'm trying to make things interesting.
This motherfucker, I have to wake up. The first thing I see in the morning when I wake up is Go Bills offers you a trade for Michael Thomas.
Reaction.
Michael Thomas that got
reaction.
hurt?
Michael Thomas is hurt. He's out at least.
And of course, I know. I'm willing to make that trade because I'm thinking Keenan Allen might pick it up, except he's playing Kansas City this week.
Well, Kansas City also has a iffy defense.
A little bit, but not that bad. Kansas City.
I have Michael Thomas, by the way. I have Michael Thomas, and I'm not giving him up for Odell Beckham. That's just for sure.
I'd rather this week against Cincinnati.
But I'd rather hold on to Michael Thomas for the end of the year than have Odell Beckham, who you never know with Baker Mayfield.
But you know what you guys should do if you don't like Mike Evans and he continues to be a problem is San Francisco needs a receiver. Go get some draft picks.
That would be smart.
Go get some. They got young receivers in San Francisco. Go get a young guy and go get some draft picks.
And we're also looking to trade. I think we're going to trade Ronald Jones too in the next 2 weeks.
As you should. I mean,
you've
got 3 running backs. You got 4 running backs. How many fucking running backs do you have in Tampa? All the running backs are in Tampa Bay right now.
Yeah, Shady McCoy. We got Shady McCoy, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, and then that Uba Bakwe, or I can't even say his last name.
Is Cadillac Williams still playing for them too? Did he resign?
Yeah, he's on our Corona reserves.
Oh,
Which,
man.
by the way, I don't know if you guys saw, but Oligny picked up another Buccaneer on his fantasy team.
Scotty Miller.
Scotty Miller. So his entire team is Tampa Bay. God help him when they go on their bye week because he won't have any fucking players to play.
You know, the only reason I picked up Scotty Miller is because I didn't want anybody else to pick him up. He's going to be on my bench the whole time. But he's Brady's favorite receiver on the Bucs right now.
He is, and a lot of people are saying, oh, he looks like Julian Edelman, but he's still only going to be a guy that, for fantasy purposes, is like 7 catches for 45 yards. He's not going to have a game where it breaks out.
You see what I got rid of for him. It was 2 players I had 2 players I didn't really care about. Austin Hooper, who they're saying is not going to have a big year. And then who was the other one? I can't even remember. But it was somebody who I didn't care. I was like, oh, they're not.
After watching this week, are you optimistic still? Or are you like, is this what you thought it was going to be? Or was it middle of the road?
Especially for not having preseason, it was exactly what I thought the first game would be.
Yeah.
Like the Saints, if you're going to talk about, there's 4 teams in the NFL that came into this more prepared than others. It's the Saints, the Chiefs, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Green Bay Packers. It's because they've been together longer and they have the system already down.
And a lot of them showed. I mean,
and they kicked ass. But
the Jordan Love draft pick that everyone's like, oh, this is it for Aaron Rodgers. He went out there, fucking threw it up, 4 touchdowns. It's like, continuity paid off. Same thing with Seattle. Russell Wilson, 4 touchdowns. It's like being able to be on the same page with your receivers that you've been throwing to for an extended period of time really made a big difference, I thought, week 1.
This week will be the test, though, because you are playing arguably the worst defense in the league. So if Tom Brady doesn't absolutely light it up, you better start panicking.
No, I agree. I think if we don't beat Carolina by 20, we're fucked.
Yeah.
20?
I think we should beat them by 20.
That's a bold prediction, but you should beat them by at least 10 points. That is the 4 of us could play defense for Carolina and have pretty much the same result.
I really think the defense is where a lot of people are sleeping on the Bucs. I think we have one of the best defensive lines in football.
Look, Jason Pierre-Paul's still very athletic and can get to the quarterback.
The stats say otherwise.
Devin White, that's because their stats from last year. We're talking about Devin White, who was a rookie last year. Devin White lit it up against New Orleans. He was awesome. Vita Veja was a first-round pick. He's going to come around. He's a good run blocker.
I think everyone's defense is going to get
run
better.
Stopper, I mean.
In the second half of the season, I think that it goes. Offenses that have played together, we talked about, are the ones that are going to benefit from being on the same page. The defenses are going to be a step behind, but they'll get better as more time goes by, and hopefully no injuries happen to them.
So I think we'll be in the top 15. I think we'll be in the top 15 in defense by the end of the year.
Eric, should I bench Christian McCaffrey this week?
Fuck no.
No. He's still going to have 100 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. By the way, McCaffrey's going to do that against any defense. That guy is just nasty.
I mean, Saquon Barkley, you must – I mean, I have him on a couple – if he didn't catch the ball, and especially those last couple of the last drive they had where he caught a couple, dink down touchdown. Like, he didn't get a touchdown, but like dink downs. He would have had 4 or 5 fantasy points. Yeah. I mean, it would have been terrible. So,
Steve, would you trade Saquon for 2 first-round picks right now for the Giants?
I'll trade him for Michael Thomas, who wants – no,
But do you think they're, like, wasting his prime? I've read that argument online. Some people theorize that they should trade Saquon right now.
No, this is the problem. This is what they did with Odell. They're wasting him. Wasting whose prime? Like, are they the Saquon. New York Giants, or are they working for the league? It's like, yeah, of course, I'd love to see Saquon Barkley in the Saints offense or another offense that has they can use his skill set to an unbelievable level. But no, I want to see him. It's only his 3rd year. I want to see him develop with this young quarterback and then maybe take strides to becoming something that you go, oh, I can see next year if we can put these pieces together that we have the nucleus that we can go on a run. Like I'm trying to think like I'm trying to think of a young quarterback that came in at the same time as a young running back, or they got paired
Like
together.
Peyton Manning, Edwin James.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah, something like that, where you just came in together. You go, all right, let's get on the same page. Let's be together for 3 or 4 years and see what we can do. Now, in 2 years from now, we're having the same conversation. Yes. Then it's like, let him go. Let him Mike Trout. Like, let him be the best. Let everyone see how good he can be. But you would think in the Giants, in the NFC East, a division that has been rooted in the run game and defenses, that this kid would be able to shine. But just the Giants' offensive line they protected Daniel Jones a little bit. But you know what? I don't even know how well they protected him, because look, they had a lot of quick passes, a lot of snap the ball, get rid of it, slants and stuff. So they didn't really have to protect him for too long. And, he does hold on to the ball a little too long. He does that little pat thing where he pats, it's patting looking. He's got to get rid of it a little quicker, but they have to help him out, and they have to help Saquon Barkley. But, look, as bad as they played, and I would rather be a Giants fan than a Philadelphia Eagles fan, because I think the Eagles had the worst fucking week of them all. Not only did they fuck us and Lucas, which kind of was his own fault because he picked.
Was his own fault.
They were up 17-0 in the half.
I know, dude.
Scored once after.
And I'll say this: they were up 17-0, and then what happened? They lost. Why? What changed? You sent a tweet or an Instagram message out saying we were basically in the money, and I looked at it and I go, "Oh, we're fucked. We're fucked." We're fucked.
And I knew the Saints were going to win. The second the Washington football team beat the Eagles, I knew, okay, the Saints will beat the Bucs.
Yep. I couldn't believe it.
You didn't think the Indianapolis worst was lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars?
No.
Well, I pivoted off of that, and no, it wasn't as bad.
Okay. Why?
Because Washington is so bad in every aspect of the game, at least on paper coming into this season. No one expected anything from them.
Carson Wentz looked like he looked like Daniel Jones. Zach Ertz dropping the 4th down catch, like dropping it. Like that's just, if he catches that ball and they get a first down and they continue on, they probably score maybe and they win the game. And you're just talking about, oh, they didn't look great. Like, there's room for improvement. We can get better. Instead of being like, this was a complete fucking disaster. Because you now have a franchise quarterback who didn't look very good, threw the ball into bad coverage, a lot of different spots, and and your playmakers just weren't making plays. So, and you lost to a bad fucking team. Look, there's something about a coach who has cancer to motivate his team. I'm always think there should be 2 or 3 points added into the spread for that, but I did not see them pulling out. I did not see them coming back from 17-0. And you should be embarrassed for having that happen, which, leads me to believe that this week the Rams as a 1-point favorite over the Eagles is like, that's my lock of the week. I think the Rams are going to beat the Eagles by maybe 2 touchdowns. The Rams look fucking good.
Is the game in LA or okay?
Philadelphia.
So and I know there's a time change.
Yep.
Wow. I'm all for just going against the NFC East this whole season as far as gambling. Just betting against the East.
You would have won 3 out of 4 games this week.
Yeah.
It's insane. The Cowboys looked okay at points, but the Rams looked really good. The Rams looked like the Rams of old. Their defense isn't as again, they'll get better as they gel together. Jalen Ramsey got a little lucky on that call. It was but they're going to call that straight arm this year. I think that's if you saw anything this week with Atlanta, with what's his name, or no, the Bengals, AJ Green pushing off and having Joe Burrows, not win his first game. The refs are going to call a straight arm against the receiver if they see it. I saw Randy Moss go, you got to give him the chicken wing. You can't put the arm on. You got to give him the chicken wing to leverage yourself. I like that. I didn't play wide receiver, but that makes sense to me. I had, it was a fun week 1. Nobody looked great. Kansas City looked, as good as they did last year, the offense at least, but you just have a lot of playmakers. what's his name, which I did not see. I think I said on the podcast this week, I'm like, I'm not sold on this Kansas City running back.
Hilaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what? I might be sold on this Kansas City running back.
Yeah, he fucking killed it.
The
I think
difference.
he's the only one to rush for 100 yards. The only one.
I mean, it's insane to see like guys running through holes. Like he ran through holes. There were holes there. Like then I watched the Giant game and I was like, fuck.
He wasn't the only one. Benny Snell came in and ran for 139, I think.
Okay. They had to have been the only two.
There might be more. I'd have to look at my notes. But there were some good performances by a handful of running backs. Hines had a big day since Mack is out, and Jonathan Taylor's probably not going to be the guy. Alvin Kamara did most of his damage with dump-off passes, but he looked really good. He looked fast.
Yeah, he looked awesome.
Zach Moss had a pretty good debut for the Bills. Wasn't bad.
Yeah, I saw.
Derrick Henry also had 100 yards.
Yeah, Derrick Henry did. And David Johnson looked good against the Chiefs. He looked kind of like old David Johnson.
Yeah, moving and grooving. Denver didn't look as bad as I thought they were going to be.
No, it's just Drew Lock doesn't seem like the guy who's going to be able to win a game for them. He's like the guy that could – it's like a Joe Flacco with less talent around him.
Yeah, but the defense looked better than I thought. With Von Miller going down so late or so close to the season that they might be a little deflated knowing that their best player is gone. But they looked like they were sort of inspired and motivated. And they seemed to get to Tannehill a lot. They really put a lot of pressure on him, especially in the first half. That's really all I watched.
And Derrick Henry's average was way down. Usually averages like 7 yards a carry. He was averaging like 2 or 3 or something.
Yep.
So they did a good job.
That one linebacker blew him up on one play. I can't remember the kid's name, but just fucking came in and lit him up. I haven't seen Derrick Henry go down I don't think Derrick Henry saw him, but he lit him up.
And he was half his size.
Yeah, it was great. Everyone was like coming in their pants on Monday Night Football. What'd you think of what's his name doing the Giant Pittsburgh game?
Kirk Herbstreit?
Kirk Herbstreit, yeah.
He did great, man. Considering like the amount of research he would have to do to shift from college to pro, and it seemed flawless. I thought he did a great job.
Dude, I forgot. I forgot that they like moved the Monday Night Football people around. So I was like, they fired Booger McFarland for Kirk Herbstreit? I'm like, and nobody went crazy for, like, this is bad. Like, they should not have done that. Booger McFarland was in the fucking doing the pregame for them. It's like, this guy, you got to walk away. When you get a demotion like that, you got to walk the fuck away. Have some pride, pick your shit up, and go to Fox Sports or somewhere else where, he's a good analyst. I don't think, I thought he did a good job. I'm not really looking forward to what's the crew now? They have Brian Greasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, fucking dull.
I like Joe Tessitore.
Okay. Brian Greasy's like Chris Sims to me. I'm like, yeah, you're not as good as your dad. Go fuck
They
yourself.
should Booger should go to the Rock's new Arena Football League. And they should build him a robot, and the robot gets to walk on the field while the players are playing around him, and he can just call the game from up in his robot.
I like it. He would be fine with that, too. Just keep him part of Monday Night Football. You need Booger in Monday Night Football. I didn't like the way I'm standing so far away from each other. I know you got to do that, but it just didn't seem right to me. I didn't like it at all. Who is Brian Greasy? And what's the other guy?
Steve Levy.
Oh, Steve Levy, yeah.
Yeah, and Louis Riddick.
Bland vanilla. Oh, Louis Riddick's okay, but he's sort of bland too.
They were fine, but I thought Herbstreit did a good job. They called a good game.
Yeah, Herbstreit did all right. Herbstreit was okay.
Speaking of Herbstreit, did you watch any college football?
I watched the Notre Dame game for a little bit, and
it's weird seeing that ACC logo on the Notre Dame field.
Yeah, first I know.
They forced them.
Well, it took a pandemic to have them associated with a conference, essentially. Speaking of conference, Big Ten's coming back. It was announced this morning. So Nebraska will be joining the Big Ten.
President Trump's doing some serious work today.
Dude, he is, man. Last night he was being shushed by black people, and tonight he's putting back together football in the Big Ten. A lot of political pressure coming his way. A lot of political pressure to get that fucking Big Ten up and running.
Do you think there'll be a championship?
Yeah, there will be. There's going to be an 8-game schedule, and I think there will be a championship. And I have a little bit of intel, but the Rose Bowl is supposed to host an FBS on the 1st, and they are fully planned on doing it. Like, they're getting ready to do it. So
That's nuts.
it's probably going to be two Midwest teams, considering the Pac-12 isn't playing this year, but it's going to be, an FBS game is probably going to be played at the Rose Bowl.
With full attendance.
No.
Okay.
No.
So what they're doing in Tampa?
But there will be like probably a Big Ten champion that plays in the Rose Bowl.
Do you think they'll let the bands in? Will the bands be able to play? Hopefully.
I don't like. My thing is like the Rose Bowl, especially where I live in Pasadena. The Rose Bowl's huge here, obviously for obvious reasons. But like everyone that like grew up here, they're all in the Rose Bowl committee, and they all want to be like they want to get into the upper levels because there's like benefits to come. There's like one level where you get to like go to any important football game in the Big Ten or Pac-12 just because, and they love when you get there. Like if it's Penn State, Wisconsin, and they're both like 7-0 and they're playing in Happy Valley, and it's like November 15th, and you show up with your Rose Bowl jacket, everyone's like, ooh, because they want them to come to the fucking Rose Bowl. Like, they roll out the red carpet and shit. So everybody tries to get to that level. And so what I've heard is like there's always tickets for people that are working there. And apparently this year the tickets were like taken away because there's obviously going to be no fans. But I'm thinking if you had, let's say 15,000, 20,000 people allowed to go, instead of having, 10,000 people from Penn State and 10,000 people from, let's just say fucking, I don't know, Florida State for some reason, right? Coming there, wouldn't you rather have locals, like people that live here coming here? And then like, if you're a fan of that and you live here, that's fine. Instead of having strangers and people traveling.
Yeah.
So
what they're doing something in Tampa.
I said, let's just have fucking, 10,000 people from California come if they're allowed to.
They're doing tests on the Tampa stadium to get ready for the Super Bowl. So they're opening it up in 2 weeks to 17,000, and then they're going to increase the fans as they go along the season in order to get to a full house by Super Bowl.
Really?
They're using us as a test market. I was like, we're the best people to use. We're dumb rednecks. We'll go.
Of course. There were people at the Tampa this week. They're going to be people there this week. 17,000.
No, not the first home game, but the guy TJ Reeves, who you had on the podcast, he was letting me know that they're going to do it on the third game of the season, I believe.
Okay. Well, by the way, I didn't know there were going to be fans in Kansas City. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Were you
That was
surprised by that?
surprising.
Yeah.
There's going to be fans tomorrow on the Thursday night game in Ohio, and then I believe Sunday there will be fans in Miami for the Bills game. Like 7,000.
They're testing out Florida first. They're using like Jacksonville had fans this weekend.
Well, what I mean, like, isn't Florida still bad? I don't know.
Florida's got the second highest spike. It's California, then Florida, and they're like, well, Florida doesn't give a shit. I was just there. They don't give a shit.
I'll tell you this. Let me just tell you this right now. If they allow fans, because the Major League Baseball announced they're doing a bubble, and so the American League teams are going to be coming to Southern California to play, and they were saying that they would like to open up to 10,000 fans or whatever, and it's up to the governor's discretion. If he says yes to that and my kids don't go to school, my wife is going to kill someone. I've threatened Governor Newsom so many times for the most strange reasons. Like I missed 3 4-foot putts this week. Okay. And every time, because you know why? In California, you can go to a driving range, but the practice screens are closed. They don't want people gathering on the. I go, it makes no sense whatsoever. So you can't practice putting. So 3 fucking times I miss 4-footers, and every time I go, fuck Gavin Newsom. Fuck him in his asshole. If I miss another 4-footer, I swear to God, I'm going to go up to Sacramento. I'm going to find this motherfucker, and I'm going to throw him into a fire, which there are many out here to choose from.
Did you know that your Yankee Stadium was the first stadium in the United States that was given the go to have fans, and that Cuomo said he didn't want it?
Well, Cuomo's a Yankee fan, so yeah.
But
Cuomo,
he turned it down. He was like, no, we're not going to. The Yankee Stadium was the first one to actually be passed by the CDC and all these big companies to say, hey, they can have fans.
Because New York's rate is so low. I think once you see 25% people, because you're there, like going into restaurants now, and the number still stays relatively low, they will open up. They will
Hopefully,
open. They will have people. Well, maybe not New Jersey, because New Jersey's still not so fucking great. They don't even have kids going to school in New Jersey, so I can't see anyone going to Giant Stadium. Because you're probably going to have Jersey moms going crazy. My kids aren't going to school, but my fucking husband's watching the fucking Jets lose right now? He's getting drunk, and then he'll be useless tomorrow when we have to homeschool. Oh, man. She has said things about Gavin Newsom because she loved him in the beginning. Oh, my God, he's so handsome. Look at him. He wears the perfect shit. His hair's always back. You see him even at the forest fires? He looks like a fucking J. Crew model walking around. Not one hair out of place, not one piece of soot on him, not one raindrop from the fucking, the things dropping water from it. None of that. And she used to love him. Oh, my God, he's so handsome. He's so, he's very liberal. He's brilliant. Now it's different. Now she wants to do things to him that we can't say for broadcast because I'll have some sort of Secret Service people here. Fuck, I'm telling you right now, it's going to get ugly if he doesn't get these. We had back to school night last night, and apparently they said look towards mid-October, but when they canceled this, for the fires, when they canceled this camping trip this weekend, my wife went into a state of depression. I haven't seen this in a long, long time, and I had to make love to her to get her out of it.
It didn't work.
Surprisingly, it did not work. Surprisingly, she's still in a poor mood. I know. She makes fun of me. So I saw her today. She went on a hike. She put mascara on before she left. It's like she's going hiking with her girlfriend. And I was like, you make fun of me for going golfing, but like your workout activity requires you putting mascara on before you go. I think I see a double standard there. She did not find that funny. She just left. Yeah, if we don't have they canceled the Mariners
and Halloween
and they canceled, but then they quickly took it back.
Yeah.
They were like, I guess because I think once they canceled Halloween, they got to cancel the Halloween parade in West Hollywood, and you probably had a lot of issues with that. The gays probably got up in arms about. They're like, you're not taking away our. We'll be safe. As we've always been. We made it through AIDS. We can make it through fucking coronavirus.
Yeah. 0.06% death rate. We can make it through this.
We'll be all right. So we're still going to put on our fucking outfits and go out there and party. So they quickly took it back. It's the Giants and the Mariners canceled their games this weekend because of air quality. It's 3:03 here. It's insane. Let me see what it is.
Yeah, the 49ers game almost got canceled too. Anything above like 200, they have to cancel, I guess.
Yeah,
I never knew that rule.
Tevin Coleman didn't really play because of the air quality, because he has a sickle cell trait. So he is physically at risk if he plays in that kind of condition. But for that game, they should have just moved it. They play Arizona twice. Why not just move it to Arizona? It's not like you're losing ticket income.
268.
No fans.
I don't know how people are even going outside right now. I haven't left my apartment in a week, really.
I've been playing a lot of golf.
It shows.
How long does it say it's going to take to clear up?
They don't know. These fires, they say, won't be contained till October.
Holy shit.
3 of the 5 are the largest ever in California's history.
70%
from a baby
of
shower?
the fucking – yeah, from one of those the one up north is from a gender reveal. It's the end of the world, guys. It's the end of the world. My sons say it. They go, it's crazy what's going on. Have you ever seen it like this before? I go, no. And I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know why I had you. I brought you into this.
So what would that baby have to do now with its life in order to make up for this?
Cure cancer.
All cancers.
No, he's got to be like the boys. He's got to be Mr. Freeze, where he could just put out fires with his breath. Like, like that. That's the only penance. He has to have superpowers and the ability to put fire out with his breath. That's it. He burned up, because of his existence, 70% of the state that we live in. 70% of the state that we live in is on fire. Okay? I can't remember who it was. Someone had a great joke. God damn it. Fucking Dan St. Germain. I want to say it was Dan St. Germain. I saw a tweet. I hope it's him. I hope I'm getting it right. I don't want to get political, but two things I missed about the Obama administration is being able to breathe inside and being able to breathe outside. That's it. That's the only two things. That's, to me, I'm like, it's really not, it's at the point where we can't be inside with people because of the air quality, and now we cannot even go outside. It's stifling. Like, people complain about the winter in New York. Oh my God, it's so fucking cold. You got to shovel snow. This is the same shit. I'm stuck in the fucking house. I can't go out, I got to blow the soot off my car before I leave. Like, literally an inch of fucking soot on my car. Crazy time.
It is the best time to be a sports fan, though.
Lock
There's
yourself
no better
in the
time.
house.
Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
like the NBA playoffs, and then I realized once those are over, you got MLB playoffs, like you said, which are going to be in like 2 locations. So there's going to be something every night.
Yeah.
And like the Stanley Cup starts soon.
And the Islanders pulled it out last night, so they extended that series to a Game 6. I mean,
Okay.
Oligny. I was going to ask you, who are you more optimistic about?
The Lightning.
The Buccaneers, the Lightning, or the Rays?
It goes to me. It goes Lightning, and then the Bucks and the Rays are kind of the same. They have a chance, but I don't know if it's like. But the Lightning, I feel like they've been getting to the Stanley Cup.
The Bucks
so
have
much.
no chance.
Hey, listen,
0%.
I didn't say they have. I said I would hope they get there, but they're not like with the Lightning. The Lightning, I believe, can win it all.
Yeah, the Lightning are. I mean, the Islanders have looked great up until this point, but I just think they ran into a buzzsaw. And
right now,
I don't think they can win 2 more games. I think they can win 1. I think they can maybe win Game 6 and get it to Game 7, and then you never know what happens. But
if we get to the Stanley Cup Finals, we get back Braden Point and Steven Stamkos. They are 2 of our best players. Right now, they're not playing, and that's why you see the Islanders winning. I mean,
yeah, but Dallas ran through the Golden Knights, so they've been sitting there, just resting and kind of getting.
I think the Golden Knights were the only team that matches up perfectly with the Lightning. Dallas, I think we can handle. The Golden Knights goalie, he didn't have a good series, but he's really good. I just think he had a bad series.
I think, I think it'll be Dallas and Tampa, and I think I still like Tampa, but we'll see. The Clippers are out. Does Doc Rivers lose his job?
He should.
He might. That's a very, very big disappointment. 3-1, up, in every single one of these games by almost double digits. Right? I think that they were up by double digits last night at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had complete control.
Jamal Murray does not want to go home.
No. Nope. And Paul George did not look like a max player last night at all.
Well, him and Kawhi in the fourth quarter scored 0 points, and I think they were 0 for 11 combined.
I watched Paul George throw up 2 or 3 3-pointers that one of them hit the side of the backboard. One of them was a complete clank. I mean, none of them looked close. Those aren't easy to make, those ones from the side, but guess what? That's what they're paying you for.
Yeah.
PJ Tucker makes them all the time from those fucking corners. So it's another disappointing year. I really was looking forward to Lakers Clippers. I love, the animosity between the two of them, but the way Denver's playing right now with Jamal Murray just being, like a man possessed. The Joker's playing good. Jokic is just, a good big man. They look good defensively. They look like they pass the ball well. They're moving the ball well. So and they shoot 3-pointers like crazy. So
I can't wait for that matchup, the Joker and Davis.
I was also surprised last night at the Boston-Miami game. Miami does not look scared at Boston at all. Not that I think they would look scared, but I think that this is more of it. I thought it was going to be Boston in like 6, maybe 5. I take it back now. They looked super competitive last night. Yeah. Really, really. I mean, Jimmy Butler, another man possessed. And then that block at the end by Bam, holy shit. That was unbelievable. I mean, he put that dunk. That's a dunk every single day of the week. And Bam just went up, put his hand up right in front of it and just blocked it. It was unbelievable. I think on paper, the Celtics are a better team. I think they have one of the best players in the whole league right now. I think, what's his name? Jason Tatum is one of the top 5 players in the league. And so over the course of 7 games, I think Boston still wins, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than it did before. Yeah, I do. I think Boston still wins.
I think there's something special about Miami. I could really see them going all the way.
I mean, I could too.
They're such a well-rounded team.
Especially after last night. They showed me a lot last night. Way more competitive than I thought they were going to be. I thought this would be, we'll have a 10-point game most games. They'll pull out a game or two, but that's going to be it. I thought Boston was a more well-rounded team. But after last night, I mean, look, Kemba Walker is fantastic, but, he's not going to – he doesn't have the physical abilities that Jason Tatum does. I want to see Tatum get the ball more. I mean, he took the last shot in regulation, but I want to see him become a bigger part of the offense, like the go-to guy right away. They do have other weapons, but I'd like to see him become the guy right away, especially at the beginning of the game. But I think they're a better team overall, and I think they're going to win in 7 games maybe. Boston.
Do you think if it was a non-bubble season that it would be the same outcomes that are happening?
I think with true home court advantage, you might have a different story.
Especially since Miami's so young. Them going on the road to Boston,
That's what I was
all
thinking.
that noise and the travel that goes with it. I mean, these guys not traveling, that is huge.
Major League Baseball announced their bubble, and you know what they're doing? The AL, the first series is 3 games, and that's going to be in everyone's home ballpark, the higher seed. But then the division series and the championship series are going to be at these bubble, and they're going to be games in a row. So 7 games in a row, 5 games in a row, 7 games in a row. So you can't you can't have a 3-man staff. You have to go out there with 5 pitchers.
Yeah.
You have to have 5 starters. You can maybe get away with 4, but you're going to have 5, at least 4, probably 5, to be able to win. And that's not the norm in baseball. Usually
that sets up the Dodgers to be pretty good.
Because, I mean, you have to have staffs that can go a 5th guy, which brings me to my point. I really like the way the Yankees are playing now. Since last week, they've won every game. They've won 6 in a row. Davy Garcia looks like a really great 5th option. He looks – and you know what? If we played the Rays in the first round and it was a 3-game series, I would say – I'd throw Cole, I'd throw Tanaka, and I would throw Garcia because they haven't seen Garcia this year. He's the only pitcher they haven't seen. They've beaten almost every other one of our pitchers. And this kid's – I mean, look, I don't know if he's Garrett Cole, but he's got a filthy curveball. He's got a great fastball, and he seems confident, and the moment's not too big for him. So I like the way they're playing right now. And I think that's an interesting slant with having to have 5 starters or at least 4 to be able to get you to the World Series this year. And then probably win.
We're going to get to see a lot of pitchers that probably would have never pitched in the major leagues in this atmosphere. And now they're going to be pitching in it.
Yeah, and you're going to need like those guys that you normally send down in September that are going to get to stay up, the extended rosters. You're going to need them to perform. They're going to have. I like that part of it. Well, if you're a Rays fan, you should because I mean I think anyone with a Rays uniforms played for the Rays this year. So it's you want them all getting sort of acclimated to the big leagues before the pressure gets bigger and bigger.
I mean, we bought our farm system basically off the Braves and the Yankees. So we have the #1 farm system.
I'm playing in a golf tournament on Sunday. It's a scramble, 2-man scramble, the Brookside Men's Club over here. Wish me luck. I'm not playing well right now.
Good luck, Steve.
So genuine.
Do you want to come caddy for me, Brenton?
What's it pay?
$0.0.
What time?
7:30 in the morning.
Now, see, whenever Court goes down to La Jolla, he always takes me to Open, and he always offers for me to go with him to watch the tournament. And
Torrey Pines.
Why do you have to play so fucking early in the morning? Why does golf have to be so goddamn early? I don't want to go.
Because it's a winner's game, Brenton. It's a winner's game. Winners wake up early, okay?
Winners can win at 2 in the afternoon. Winners can win at 5.
Yeah, but I'd rather win in the morning and have the rest of my day to do whatever I want to do, which not be a winner, not sit out in the heat. I want to get my day done early. When it's beautiful, I'm up, I feel energized, the sun is out, it's not too hot yet, I can concentrate. 7:30 in the morning. Then I'm home by 11. I'm watching football, Brenton.
I don't know why you guys aren't taking advantage and video recording him caddying for you. This is
Yeah,
good
I
promotional
want you
material.
caddying for me. I want you caddying for me. We're gonna bet something this year that if you lose, you're gonna have to caddy for me, and that's it.
Fair enough, but you're still going through a table this year.
And I am ready to go through a table.
Yeah.
Physically, I'm ready to go through a table. I should have to go through
Are we gonna light him on fire? Is it gonna get lit on fire?
We gotta light the table on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, we'll go out. I mean, if we can go up to the fires over here and jump through the table.
Yeah.
Who's the Bills player, Lucas? I think he's a rookie, the guy who's Samoan.
Epinesa?
Yeah, his dad put up a video of him celebrating the Bills win, and he did a front flip through a table.
What?
Like he did a full-on flip into the table.
Really?
Yeah.
Are
That's
Bills fans?
celebration
Are
in
the Bills
football.
Mafia still like? Are they recording themselves doing it at home now?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about
else are we gonna
Buffalo's
do?
in New York? Why can't they have 10,000 fans at their stadium?
I think they're trying to eventually, but the first few home games, they're definitely not.
It's mostly you're gonna see it in Republican states that you're gonna see that.
But
That's
they will have fans.
That's why Kansas City, Florida,
Texas.
yeah, you're gonna see it in Republican state. You're not gonna see it in a Democratic state.
Could you imagine if Andrew Gillum won Florida? I don't think it would be going on. What a week for that guy. Came out as bisexual, and they found some pictures of him in a hotel room. Fuck, bro. Fuck. Strange world we live in, man. Very 2020. Do you want to do the Emmys first, or do you want to do our football picks first?
Oh, fuck, I forgot about the Emmys.
Or do you want to hear about my new idea for sex? Because my wife and I, like, with quarantine with sex, it's like I'm all the time. I'm usually on the road, so it's like she gets time away from me where she doesn't have me.
Let's do the Emmys.
I'll finish my thought, fucker. But I thought, Brazilian barbecue. Did you ever go to Brazilian barbecue?
Oh, I thought that was a position you were going to tell me about.
No, it's not a position, you fucking filth monster. Get your head out of the gutter. It's that, you ever go to Brazilian barbecue, you get that stick, yellow or green, right? And it's like, come over and give me food or just leave me alone, right? I think we should incorporate that into sex. Just get a little stick on the side of her bed, right? I come into the room at night, it's either red or I just know where I am then. I don't have to be rejected. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be rejected. I just know what the situation doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way. Like I can maybe get into bed, we could talk for a little bit, and then she flips over the green. I notice when she flips over the green, then I can go in. So I think we need some because I'm not great at signals, and I think when I'm getting positive signals, I'm getting not positive signals.
You need like a yellow. You need like a yellow too for like slow, like just maybe like you just jerk off on her or something.
That I think it's just gonna be red and green. I don't think she's gonna be down with a possibility of a yellow. Hey babe, I'm gonna pitch you one more color. Okay, what is it? It's yellow. Oh, really? What does that mean? Oh, that means you just lay there while I jerk off on your leg. Oh, cool. Let's paint it yellow. What am I going to get? One of those like sticks that you have to throw for like hand-eye coordination? It's like catch the yellow side, catch the red side, catch the green side. I don't know what I'm going to stick with red and green. Go, don't go. It's not a stoplight. I don't want a stoplight in there. Yellow means like, hey, jerk off on my leg. Anyway, just another thought I had. Fuck you guys. Fuck you especially, Brendan. Yeah, the Emmys are this weekend. I don't know I think they're all online, right? There's no
it's all digital.
There's no gathering, right? There's no
No.
Okay. And
they'll probably have
hosting them?
carpet.
Jimmy Kimmel's hosting. I don't know if he's hosting from his house or he's going to be in a studio, but he's hosting, and I don't know how it's going to be weird how it all works.
They'll probably they'll probably do what they did with the other award shows where they have the red carpet, but they only have like 10 celebrities and they walk through like one at a time. You know what I mean? Like they do it's a fake red carpet kind of deal they do.
Lucas, can you pull up the nominees for the big ones? And let me see if I can share the screen. I'll share your one participant, multiple.
This might actually be the year that most people have seen just about everything.
Well,
good point.
Of all the years when you're watching these award shows, you're like, I've never even fucking heard of that. We've probably seen just about everything that's going to be out.
Oh my God! Quick sidebar before we. Did you, speaking of seeing everything, did you see Carol Baskin dance on Dancing with the Stars?
Saw the highlights. Tiger.
Of course, she comes out to "Eye of the Tiger" dancing. I knew it. I go. Why didn't we bet on the song? I would have called "Eye of the Tiger" in a million years. I would have, like, what do you dance? It was a disaster. I thought Charles Oakley was going to be a disaster because I'm like, look, he doesn't seem like a dancer. He seems like he'll knock you on the floor with his elbows. But he actually was better than what I thought he was going to be. Carol Baskins was a complete fucking disaster.
And
my mom worked with Carol Baskins. Yeah, my mom worked for Verizon, and they do the big cat rescue donations and stuff like that. So my mom had to work with her, and so she's an awful bitch.
Oh yeah, I hope she wins the whole thing.
Highlight, use your mouse and highlight number 2 most viewed stories. That was fucking hilarious. The family of Carol Baskins put out a missing husband commercial during Dancing with the Stars.
That's hilarious.
I think it only aired in Florida, but that level of trolling was phenomenal.
Oh, they should have, if they really want to have a great season, they should have had Trump pardon the Tiger King and then had him on the show too. So you had Carol Baskins and him on the show.
Epic.
And that would have been fucking real television. All right, let's get to the Emmys. Let's see. What are the big ones? Best comedy, best drama, best acting, the whole thing.
Did Dave get a nomination? I thought that was amazing.
Dave, I don't think Dave did.
It deserved one. It was
for
good.
the.
Before we get to the.
Yeah.
Are you talking about for the George Floyd special that he just put out?
No.
Lucas, those are the creative Emmys.
Yeah.
They were the winners. Those are the winners.
Let's get out of that.
All right, comedy
There we
series.
go.
Let's do that. HBO's. Oh, so you got Curb. You got Dead to Me on Netflix. Insecure on HBO. Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek is going to win.
I'm going with Dead to Me.
I'll take Kaminsky Method.
I'm going to take The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I think it's their year.
Okay. All right. Outstanding lead actor in a comedy series.
I'm going to go Rami Youssef.
I will too.
Eugene Levy.
I'm going to go Ted Danson.
I'm going to stick with,
He's already won one.
Rami Youssef, I think.
That was good. He did go on that shit.
I'm going to go – I'll go Eugene Levy. I'll stick with Schitt's Creek.
All right.
We had 2 Eugene Levy's. I'll go Michael Douglas.
Yeah, Michael Douglas won last year, I think.
Lead actress in a comedy series.
Okay, Tracy Ellis Ross, Linda Cardinelli, Catherine O'Hara, Rachel Brosnahan, I don't know how to say her name, Issa Rae, Christina Applegate. I'm going to go Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek. I don't think there's anyone in the world, unless Julia Louis-Dreyfus was in this category. There's really no one funnier than – those are the 2 funniest people in the world, I think. So I'm going to say Catherine O'Hara.
I'm going to stick with Schitt's Creek, and I'm with you, Catherine O'Hara.
I'm going with that.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to say Catherine O'Hara, too. You say Issa Rae?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she's black.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought you were going to say. Why? Because of all the episodes of Insecure you've curated over your last, year and a half? You fucking moron.
Never watched Insecure.
Supporting actor in a comedy. Kenan Thompson, Andre Braugher, Mahershala Ali. Oh, my God. Dan Levy, Alan Arkin, Sterling K. Brown, Tony Shalhoub, and William Jackson Harper. I am going to say Tony Shalhoub is going to win.
Really?
Yes.
I agree with that one.
I'm torn between Tony. I'll break away, though, and I'll go with Mahershala Ali.
Okay.
Is he funny, dude? Is he funny? I don't watch Rami. Is he funny?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Alan Arkin. I think the committee is an old committee, and they're just going to go for
I don't know why I'm asking
people they know.
Funny. Yeah, it doesn't matter if he's funny. Why am I asking?
Outstanding supporting actress in a comedy series.
Right. This is a lot of. Okay, I've seen that one. Seen the Mrs. Maisels. Look.
Alex Borstein.
I'm going to say Maren Hinkle because she's hilarious in Mrs. Maisel. Alex Borstein's won before, but I think that she is her and not Eugene Levy. Her and Tony Shalhoub's characters really had a great arc this season, and I think she was phenomenal. So, but again, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah, what the fuck do you know, Steve?
Excuse
and you
me.
have COVID.
No, I don't. I have cough.
I go with Darcy Carden because it's the last year for Good Place, and she did really well in that show.
All right.
I'm going Alex Borstein.
All right, I'll go
I like that one too.
Kate McKinnon's a good job. Guest actor in a comedy series.
How can you not go with Fred Willard?
Like, look at all these hilarious people. Adam Driver, hilarious. Brad Pitt, hilarious. Dev Patel, another hilarious person. There's really only one winner. It's Fred Willard. He's dead, and he's funnier than everyone in this category put together. And he's dead.
Well, Eddie Murphy's also in there.
Yeah, and he's funnier than Eddie Murphy. Probably not at his prime, but much funnier than anything he's done in the last 30 years.
Yes.
All right,
okay.
Guest actress.
Outstanding guest actress in a comedy series.
Maya Rudolph.
I love Maya Rudolph.
By the way, I should have thought of this before we started doing this. So apparently people that listened to our episode where we were doing the draft, we didn't say anything about who was taken. So if you were just listening and not watching, they had no fucking idea what was going on. So we should probably, just for the listener's sake, be a little more detailed with what we're reading right now.
Okay.
Oh, you're such a cunt, Brendan.
Because I care.
Outstanding guest actress in a comedy series. The nominees are Angela Bassett, Phoebe Walker-Bridge, Wanda Sykes, Bette Midler, Maya Rudolph, and Maya Rudolph again. I'm saying Maya Rudolph, as Senator Kamala Harris in Saturday Night Live, will win this category. What say you, Brenton?
I say Maya Rudolph, as the judge on The Good Place, will win this category.
What about you,
I agree with that one.
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, nobody's funnier than Bette Midler.
No one, and she was hilarious in that whole arc she had on The Politician. Hilarious.
I will say, boy, I'll say Wanda Sykes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who was apparently
as Mons Mabley on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
And apparently on Epstein's plane once or twice. Don't know, unconfirmed, but we've heard rumors. Just saying, we've heard rumors. All right, cut to the drama.
All right, where's drama? None of this crap.
Okay. All right, so outstanding lead actor in a drama series, Jason Bateman from Ozark, Jeremy Strong from Succession,
That's
Steve
me.
Carell from The Morning Show, Sterling Kane Brown, This Is Us, Brian Cox, Succession, and Billy Porter, Pose. I'm saying Billy Porter's going to win.
I'm going with Jason
What the hell is-
Bateman, Ozarks.
Give me Brian
What
Cox,
pose?
Succession.
Yeah, I'll take Sterling K. Brown. This Is Us.
All right, look at us spread across the middle here. I like it.
Yeah.
Outstanding lead actress in a drama series, Zendaya for Euphoria, Sandra Oh, Killing Eve, Olivia Colman, The Crown, Jennifer Aniston, The Morning Show, Laura Linney, Ozark, and Jodie Comer, Killing Eve. Is it Comer? Yeah, Comer. I'm going to take Zendaya, and I don't know why. I don't even know. I've never watched Euphoria, but what I'm looking at here is a couple whiteys, and I know Sandra Oh's won before, so they might not give it to her. Zendaya looks like she's poised to win her first Emmy this year. That's what I think.
I like Olivia Colman for the crown.
Okay.
I like Laura
classy.
Linney, Ozark.
I'm back to back on Ozarks. I'm with Lucas on that one.
Oh, look at you, Ozark freaks. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got supporting actor in a drama series. Giancarlo Esposito for Better Call Saul. Kieran Culkin for Succession. Bradley Whitford for The Handmaid's Tale. Mark Duplass for The Morning Show. Jeffrey White, Westworld. Billy Crudup, The Morning Show. Matthew McFadden, Succession. And Nicholas Braun, Succession. Now, I love Nicholas Braun and Matthew McFadden in Succession so much that I would watch a spin-off show of the two of them any day of the week. I feel like all the Succession guys clear each other out. I think Giancarlo Esposito wins for Better Call Saul. Although
I'm with you on that.
Although I love Mark Duplass, and I think he will win in the next couple years.
I'm going to say Mark Duplass wins this year.
Oh, look at you, my man.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. You're going to pick my former cast member and good friend Mark Duplass when I didn't pick him? Look at you trying to get on the side of
Yeah, I've seen The Morning Show. He's fantastic.
He's great in it. He
Give
is.
give me Bradley Whitford.
Okay.
Let's get one for Hulu.
And Aligny, who you got?
I'm with you on the Better Call Saul.
Okay, Giancarlo Esposito. All right.
Okay.
He also
Supporting
sounds like a Yankee.
That's right. Laura Dern for Big Little Lies. Meryl Streep, Big Little Lies. Julie Gardner, Ozark. Fiona Shaw, Killing Eve. Sarah Snook, Succession. Hella Bonham Carter, The Crown. Samira Wiley, The Handmaid's Tale. And Tandy Newton, Westworld. I am going to go with Julie Gardner for Ozark. Phenomenal performance. Every single time.
Give me Helena Bonham Carter for The Crown.
Oh, look at you, The Crown. You look at classy.
Meryl Streep is up for an award and no one's taking her.
No.
I will take her.
Go ahead, Lucas. This isn't the Oscars. This is a different group of old white men.
It doesn't matter. She
picking the winner.
Trophies.
Okay.
I'm going with Laura Dern just because I love looking at her.
You think Laura Dern? She's not even in this category. That's amazing.
Yes, she is.
Oh, she is. Yeah.
Big Little Liars.
I'm like, can you take her for something then again? Okay.
Man, she was beautiful in the Oscars. I think she was the best looking woman there that night. 50 years old, killing it.
Yes, that's in a drama series.
Andrew Scott for Black Mirror. Giancarlo Esposito, The Mandalorian. Jason Bateman, The Outsider. Ron Cephas Jones, This Is Us. Martin Short, The Morning Show. And James Cromwell, Succession. I'm going to go with Martin Short for The Morning Show.
I'm going to go with James Cromwell for Succession.
It's a good pick.
Okay.
I'm going to go Giancarlo Esposito because he won't win for supporting actor, so they'll give him this.
Yeah, but his role in The Mandalorian was so small compared to some of these other guys. I don't watch any of these shows,
Brenton.
Oh, well, there you go.
I just go by the face and the name.
Go ahead and take him.
I'm going with Jason Bateman in The Outsider. He killed it in that. I'm going to have him winning 2 awards. And
last but not least, outstanding guest actress in a drama series, Laverne Cox for Orange is the New Black. Cicely Tyson, How to Get Away with Murder. Cherry Jones, Succession. Harriet Waller, Succession. Felicia Rashad, This Is Us. And Alex Bendel, The Handmaid's Tale. Emily. I'm taking her. Alexis Blendell.
I am also going her.
I'm also going her.
Yeah, dude. Sick
Lucas,
job.
break away.
I'm taking Laverne Cox.
Oh, Lucas loves diversity.
You know what town we work in.
I know, buddy. I know. And again, this is not about who's funny. It's about the town that we work in. Well, good luck to the Emmy nominees, all of you this year. But it's time to win some money for Lucas Hurrell, ladies and gentlemen. We go into our week 2 picks. Coming out of the gate hot. We almost had a victory if it wasn't for the fucking Philadelphia shit stains pulling the rug from underneath us last week. We would have won money, but we're going to win it this week. I've got one that I know is a solid lock. I think I said it before. I love the Rams.
The Bills?
Oh. I love the Bills too. I love the Bills over the Miami. I'll let you guys have one. I don't want to take the Bills 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to take the Rams. I mean, look, I would have given the Rams 6 points, and they're giving them 1. So I think the Rams over the Eagles on the road, for sure, 100%. Lock it in.
Okay. Lucas?
Okay, I'm deciding between kind of 3 games, but I'll narrow it to 2 for this panel here. The 2 that kind of draw me in is Baltimore at Houston. Baltimore is getting 6.5 points. I think I don't know how good Houston is, but I think Baltimore will win by more than that. But the other game is Pittsburgh and Denver. Pittsburgh's at home, and they're 6.5-point favorites.
I like the Pittsburgh one better.
And you like Pittsburgh to cover, right?
What side are you on? Where I see on this site there's 7.5.
Is Pittsburgh 7.5?
Yeah.
We use DraftKings on this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I use my bookie to make the bet because I can't legally place a sports bet on DraftKings in California.
Okay. Well, the one that we use says 7. So, or is it 7? You said, or 7.5?
7.5.
7.5.
All right. That changes.
And then the Buccaneers. Do you think 9 points is too much?
It's dangerous.
It might be too much.
Keep in mind that you will then have me taking my own money and putting it on the Buccaneers, and I don't want to do that this year at all.
Okay. All right. I will take Baltimore over Houston. I think they win by more than a touchdown. I hope they do. They are the best team in the league. Houston could be really bad. Let's hope so.
Who's Washington playing?
The football team is playing
Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, that should be a lock. How much? What's the spread?
Arizona's favored by 6.5 on my end.
That should be no problem for Kyler.
Yeah, well, we thought the Eagles would beat the Washington club last week, and
yeah, but Kyler Murray showed this week that he looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, but I'm not 100% sold. Game. I'm not sold on that yet. I'm not sold on Arizona yet as a whole unit.
Washington has a good pass rush too. I mean, Chase Young had a 1.5 in his first game ever.
That guy's a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would stay away from Washington. They fucked us last week. I liked your Houston. I didn't think Houston looked – I mean, look, they were playing the Super Bowl champs, but I didn't think they looked even that great at all, especially defensively. Yeah. I like that Baltimore-Houston pick. Who you got, Brenton?
I love the Bills this week. I like the Titans, even though the spread is pretty big. And then I also really like the 49ers.
Why do you like the 49ers? Well, the 49ers are playing
Jets.
The Jets, right? In New York, right?
I like everybody playing the Jets this year.
Yeah. I mean, look, Kerry Kittle's going – what's the spread? Because the only thing is I worry about is, like, one offensive weapon is
-7. So keep in mind, Jets will not have Le'Veon Bell.
Yep.
Their offense is atrocious. They're not going to move the ball on San Francisco's defense. And San Francisco doesn't need to throw the ball. They can just run the ball against that defense.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, I like
and this is a team that came into the season thinking we're going to win the Super Bowl. So they have this mentality now. This is the game we have to perform. We have to win this game. We have to make a statement.
I like the Bills as a better lock pick, but if we get better odds the other way, let's do that.
We get better odds with the Niners.
With the Niners?
The Bills are going to win.
Yeah, take the Niners then. If you feel confident, Brenton, take the Niners. You're coming off a win.
I'm going to take the Niners. But
this didn't happen for you until week 8 last year. I mean, this is monumentous for you. Is that a word?
16-0. Yeah. Well, 17-0, I should say.
All right, dude. All right, let's lock it in then. By the way, my picks for Dustin Johnson. Here are my players in this fantasy league I'm in. You got to take a player 1 through 10 ranked, 10 through 11. So here are my picks. These are the people to look out in the U.S. Open. People to look out for the U.S. Open. Justin Thomas, Patrick Cantley, Gary Woodland, Jason Day, Harris English, and I got Dustin Johnson winning the whole thing. And I think the top amateur will be this kid from Japan named Takumi Kanyana, something like that. I don't know how to say his fucking last name.
Hey, Lucas, when this is over, can you do one of those little pick things where you make sure that when he says the golfer's name, it says if he got it wrong or right?
I mean, you could do that for the Emmys too. When he was reading that off the screen.
We can make that a running theme here. Oligny, I want you to plug your new special, which comes out. It came out yesterday, correct?
Yeah, it came out yesterday. You guys can go watch it on YouTube. The Non-Essential. You can look me up, Eric Oligny, on YouTube. So far, we're at 400 views, man. Big time.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's great. Congratulations, man.
I'm a full day and I didn't get one downvote. I was like, that's an incredible thing to do on YouTube.
Fucking kind for the internet.
Yep.
I know.
24
I'm
hours
pretty shocked.
It's over now, dude. I'm gonna go.
Oh, I know. I was telling somebody yesterday, the first downvote's always the worst.
Oh, and then the reason, and especially if they put a comment too, like, and the comments like something you're like, that makes sense. This guy found my weakness.
Dean Taylor, the old Comedy Store manager, he goes, he wrote on Twitter, he goes, Paris's special was funnier, but yours was cooler. I was like, well, that was a nice, weird, backward compliment.
Yeah, feels good to put yourself out there. Go check out Eric's new comedy special on YouTube. I am in Hilarities next month, October 15th, 16th, and 17th in Cleveland, Ohio. And they do a great job at social distancing, so get your tickets. They're selling them in groups, so you can bring some friends and sit together. Anyone else have any dates on the books or anything you want to say or plug? No? All right, cool.
Wedding's canceled.
What? She left you?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you should have.
Yeah.
You hid the fucking headline. You buried the lead today.
And she took the dog.
No wonder there's no barking. It's a better podcast for it.
But no, it's going to be rescheduled to, I think, August of next year.
Really? Are you guys, can I ask you, and you don't have to tell me, are you going to get married on your own and then have a wedding later on?
If it gets canceled next year in August, we'll probably consider doing that. But
Dude,
as of now.
Why would it get canceled next year in August?
You never know. Who fucking knows?
Can we start lobbying the Bills now to get you into that stadium to get married?
Yeah, I should have just done that, man. Would have solved a lot of problems.
You'd be up $30,000 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
hey, my mom got married during the Bills game this weekend. That's kind of the same thing.
Your mom got married this weekend?
Yeah, she surprised me when I went to Tampa, and I really like the guy she's married to. So we wanted to see me marry him.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah,
you got a new
cool.
stepdad. You got a new stepdad.
Yeah.
I wish I married your mom. I'd be your stepdad. I would treat you like shit. I would treat you like shit.
So nothing's changed.
I'd knock the Tampa right out of you, Oligny. I'd knock the Tampa right the fuck out of you. All right, that's the podcast this week. Thank you for joining us. Please like, subscribe, rate it. Our Patreon fans, thank you again. We are going to do, I'm almost done setting up my little area, so I'm going to do these Sunday Night Football gatherings together for the week, the Sunday night games or Monday night, whatever the game we can get together on.
This Sunday will be – it's a good one. Seattle and New England.
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Seattle, Pittsburgh?
No, New England.
Seattle, New England.
Seattle.
Oh, Seattle, New England. Yeah, let's do that.
That's going to be great.
Brenton will reach out to you, our Patreon members, to see if you're around, if you want to do a Zoom with us and watch a little bit of the football on Sunday.
Yeah, I just need a link. I guess we could talk about this off air, but just send me the link that we're going to use, and I'll send it to them on Patreon.
10-4. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll talk to you next week.